Okay, good morning, everyone. We are very happy to welcome you on this live webinar about our motorsport postmaster degree. I wish you a very welcome on behalf of ESTAVA. A few words about ESTAVA. We are a French engineering school delivering an official 5-year degrees in engineering, specialized in transportation. We have automotive, naval, rail, space, and aeronautics. And besides this engineering diploma, we do also have a postmaster degree in motorsport. I'm here today with Marc Peraldi, who is in charge of this degree, this specialized degree. He is also in charge of the automotive specialization on our campus in Laval, which is on the western part of France. ESTAVA has 3 campuses, one in Paris, one in Bordeaux, and one in Laval. And I'm also here with Tanya, who is a current student in this program. She's coming from Belgium. She has a degree from a Belgium university. And we are very happy to present you today this postmaster degree. We will have a small presentation, 20 to 30 minutes of presentation with Marc about the degree. And then we can have a time for questions. And actually, you can also write your questions on the chat. And I will be able, after the presentation, to relay all your questions. So thank you again for being there with us, and I let Marc have the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Welcome everybody on this webinar. I'm in charge of the pedagogical aspect of the postmaster degree on motorsport. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to share a little presentation to explain you what we are doing inside this motorsport degree, and then we'll discuss a bit about the project inside the course, and we will talk with Tanya, who is actually a student of this postmaster degree. So just to start and to understand why we have this degree, this postmaster degree on motorsport, it's because on the market today we have some needs for a qualified engineer, especially trained to work in this really challenging sector, in fact, on racetracks. So this postmaster degree is just an answer to this demand. And at ESTAVA, we have a strong partnership with FFSA, so it's Fédération Française du Sport Automobile, located in Le Mans racetrack, and with this partnership, we are able to put some students on tracks and to train on data analytics, for example. This program is quite unique, in fact, because you have you will acquire a lot of skills during this training, during this course. You will have a strong introduction to motorsport. The aim of this introduction is to validate some basics, because when you are involved in this post-degree of motorsport, you may come from many different areas of engineering. So you will have some skills for sure, but you need to focus on motorsport industry. So we have a strong introduction. For example, we talk about the internal combustion engine, powertrain, some embedded systems, some MATLAB tools or something like that. So you have a strong introduction, and then you will go deeper in details on some subject. For example, the design of a race car, a racing vehicle. Some strong knowledges on aerodynamics also, because it's a big base to understand before working in motorsport industry. For sure, powertrain, and we will also talk about the new type of energies like hydrogen, like fuel, synthetic fuels, for example. And what is really important is to understand that during this course, you will not have only lecture work. You will also have industrial project, and you will also have professional thesis. The aim is to share a lot of experience with the students. Then, if I can show you kind of agenda during this post degree. You will start the academic courses at the end of September. In fact, the first week you will have some reminder of the processes at ESTAVA. You will work really soon in the program on your internship research, because as you can see, you will have 24 weeks of operational internship, sorry, in company. So you will start to work on that point directly from the beginning of the course. Then you will have class from beginning of October till mid-February, okay? Because on the second week of February you will have to defend your industrial projects and your professional thesis, and I will talk about that a bit later. And you will also have some assessments during all the academic courses period. From mid-February to August or September, you will go in company. Depends on what you want to do. Some of the students are going on track to do some data engineering jobs. Some other go in design office, for example. So we have a lot of jobs, a lot of engineering possibilities in motorsport industry. So, in fact, it's about 5 months of academic courses, and then 24 weeks, so 6 months of internship in company. The partnership with the FFSA, so it's located in Le Mans racetrack. So you will have the opportunity, if you join the program, to work on the Bugatti racetrack with some really young drivers, because they are working on the Formula 4 French Championship. And you will have the guidance of an experienced engineer, in fact, and FFSA Academy. And you will learn the processes and how to communicate with the driver. It's really important to understand that it's not only a mechanic part, but you have a human part also when you talk with the driver. So you will see the point of an engineer and also the point of view of a driver, and especially a young driver, to be able to communicate with him or with her. For sure, and you will do some data analysis on WinTax. It's a specific software to do some data analysis, and during the program you will see also Motec, for example, or other one. And you will have the opportunity to do a full day on Bugatti Le Mans racetrack to see how it works during a practice session with drivers, with experienced engineer, and you will compare your data with the engineer on track at this moment. You will have some also other experience, on Motec software. We have some engineers. They are actually working on track, and they come at ESTAVA to give you some courses and to give you some information about the organization of a team on track, and also to analyze the regulation and to work on the race car and vehicle setup. The aim of this point is to be able to prepare a race weekend, because maybe we'll talk a bit later about that, but you will have the chance to work on a simulator. For example, at ESTAVA we have a dedicated simulator for the motorsport post-degree program, and you will have the chance to practice as a driver, but also as an engineer, to manage the data in fact, of the driver on the simulator. So we use Assetto Corsa simulation or other software to do this one. But with Assetto Corsa, for those who know this software, it's really easy to extract data and to work as an engineer, in fact, on this software. So it's a big part of the program, and especially this one next year, we will develop the simulator part a bit more, just to understand how a simulator is built, because we have big demands on the market today, and some companies are facing difficulties to have qualified engineer on simulating part, and today it's an important part for especially for professional teams, because the track time, the real track time, is a bit limited today regarding the cost cap, for example. So they develop a lot the simulation, and the driver really like that to train and to have more driving time, even if it's not a real driving time, but they need to have a huge simulation part. So this one is also important. And then you will have a big aspect of the training. Each year we have different companies that give us industrial projects. So they need to answer a problematic inside their company, I mean in motorsport industry, and they give us the project, and we constitute 4 small groups of 3 or 4 students to answer to this problematic from the company. So, for example, this year we had some different projects. The first one, I will start from the right side, is RSP Engineering. This one was to implement on a simulator, just to make the link with the previous slide. It's to implement an ABS filling brake pedal on a professional simulator, because today we have simulators with hydraulic or electrical brake pedal, and they ask us to have the same feeling than a real car with an ABS system on track, for example, because some race cars have ABS system. So this one was a project from RSP Engineering, and we had a group of 4 students working on this project, and they are able to go deeper in detail on this one. They did not have the time to completely implement it on a simulator, but they have all the informatic, the data aspect, and all the practical aspect also, because they built a real braking pedal, on that point. We also had some project with Maserati MSG Racing on Formula E. They asked us to develop an energy management tool on MATLAB for Formula E races. The aim of this one was to be able to define the perfect moment to release the throttle to save energy when you are racing in Formula E race. So we had 2 different groups, one on the energy management, another one of 3 or 4 students to work on the body simulation of the car, to understand on all the dynamic aspects of the Formula E race car. And they had some really nice results on this energy management part, because Maserati, at the end of the industrial project, was able to compare their own data to the students' data, in fact. And we do a correlation between the values, and the students were really close, and they are able to give to Maserati some new vision on this aspect, in fact. So it was a really nice project. We also had another one, the first one you have on the subject example. We had a big partnership with Art Grand Prix, ART Grand Prix in Formula 3 and Formula 2. They give us this year 2 industrial projects. The first one was to create a test bench to determine the end of life of a Formula 2 clutch. So this one was a bit tricky and difficult to implement, but the 4 students group was really invested on this project, and they had the chance to create and to modelize the hydraulic part, the electrical part, and to understand how a clutch works in racing condition. And they they did not have the time, another one, to finalize completely the project, but it will be a second part of the project for the next group on the next year. And the last one, this is why Tanya is there. For example, I will give you the mic, Tanya, for this part. It was to modelize a rear suspension of Formula 3 race car and create it with a 3D printer. So you had to do the CAD to develop that and to print the different parts. And it was a really nice project. So Tanya, if you're okay, I give you the chance to explain us how was it during this project, please.
Well, in this specific case, we had to model a rear suspension, not only for Formula 3 car, but really for Formula 3, Formula 4, and Formula 2. And so this model had to really be totally adjustable. It needed to be small enough to be put on a table. So we had a lot of constraints that we had to take into account to model the different parts. We had to be able to make some, for example, wishbones that had an adjustable length in order to accommodate for if it was for Formula 3 car or Formula 2. And also another part that was really important. So we had a lot of CAD design to do to design all the different elements, be it the tires, the wheels, the wishbones, the push rods, and so on. And we also had to 3D print everything. And so we were lucky because we had a 3D printer directly at school, so we could go print whenever we wanted. And by the end of this semester, we really managed to obtain a full rear suspension that could be really easily adjusted manually.
Perfect, thank you, Tanya. This one was really great to see for me as a pedagogical manager, because you reached the final objective of the project. So it was really nice to see. It's still in my office at the moment. Okay, I have to give it to Art Grand Prix. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for your comments on that point. Next, during the course, the five first months, you will have to develop a professional thesis also. So the aim of this one is to in fact open the minds of the different students regarding the motorsport sector. So you need to find a problematic linked to motorsport for sure. And you need to work on that point and to build a professional thesis. In fact, it's not a full professional thesis because you only have some months to do that. So we ask you to provide a really strong state of art of the subject you have chosen, and then to propose some improvements on that problematic, on that subject. Okay. So subjects are really wide on that point, because some students decide to work on really technical and specific aspects of racing industry, and some others they are working on really large subjects. You have some examples here on the display on the screen, but I can give you other example. For example, this year, one student work on the place of women in motorsport. Some other works on synthetic fuel in motorsport and what will be cool for the future on that point. So you have a lot of subjects on that point, and it's really important for us and for me as a pedagogical manager to open the mind of the students, because motorsport industry is really large sector, really wide sector, and you have to open your mind on that subject and to find the way you want to work on the motorsport industry. Then this one is a big part of the postmaster degree, because for sure you need to build your own experience on motorsport industry. You will have a 6 months internship in a company. So we have some partners, but in fact, it could be a difficult part for some students to find their way and to find an internship with a specific job, because some of the students, sorry, want to work on a racetrack, and some others want to prefer to work on design office. And in fact, we have close to 20. We have 20 students per year, and the internship part is a big part. So we ask the students to work on the internship as soon as they join the course and the postmaster degree, to find a company and to find a really strong subject in the internship. Because for us, it's important to just don't do data analysis job, but to have a project inside the company during the internship. So you will have your work as a data engineer, for example, and we also ask the student to develop a subject, to develop a project inside the company during the internship. So, for example, Tanya, could you remind me what is your project in your structure today?
So in my case, I am a performance engineer at Saint-Eloque Racing, where I have to do everything that is related to data analysis, to reliability, and so on. And also we have a lot of different software that are used here, and a lot of development can be done in order to automatize the different processes and so on. And so I will be working on that alongside the data analysis part during the race weekends. And we also have some work to do at the workshop, like, for example, some damper testing and so on.
Okay, thank you. So this is a good example, because close to your work as data or performance engineer, you will have to develop and maybe automatize some task in the company. So it's a good subject for you. So internship is a big part. So it's 6 months of internship after the 5 months academic courses. The job opportunities are numerous. In fact, when you talk about motorsport, and it depends on the year, and it depends on the economical aspect also, and social aspect actually. So you can work on a research and development part for sure. You also have aerodynamics engineer, engine, or when we talk about engine, we talk about internal combustion engine, but you also have the electrical part today, because hybrid take a lot of place in the motorsport industry, for example, in Formula One or on some other categories with, for example, World Endurance Championship. And most of the students want to work on track, so as a track operation engineer. Okay, so the last part, performance engineer, data engineer, or race engineer. Race engineer is the top of the process when you work on track. Most of the students want to work on track as a track operator or track engineer, but it's not the only part of motorsport industry. So if you want to apply to this training and to this post degree, just remind that there are some other possibilities. It's not only track engineer, but you are also able to work in research and development or powertrain part of the motorsport industry. Aerodynamics is also an important part. Today we have two different professionals. They are working on that part and give some lecture and lab work during the training course. But it's really a specific area of motorsport industry, and if you are interested about the aerodynamics part and you want to apply to this post degree, you will have an interview with me and some other people, and we will talk with you about your thoughts about the aerodynamics part in motorsport industry. But it's really a specific part of motorsport. Then, if you want to apply to this post degree, we ask you to have a master degree. It's the most easiest way to apply to this postmaster. So you need to have a master degree. For sure, you have to work in scientific fields. It is possible to join the post degree with other engineering or master domain, but for sure you will you will need to have a lot of scientific and for example engineering knowledges on to join the post degree. If it's not the case, you can also have an interview and talk with us and about your thought about the motorsport sector and what you want to do in your future. But you will have to do some refreshes to have the technical basics to join the post degree. It's also possible to rejoin the post degree after 4 years. And even if you don't have a master degree, but you will need a minimum of 3 years of professional experience to apply to this, to be eligible to this postmaster degree. English is mandatory for sure, so you have some information on the bottom left, please, of the screen. We ask 850 TOEIC score, for example, to join the master. All the classes are in English. When you defend your industrial project or your thesis or even your internship at the end of the program, you will have to do it in English, full in English. When you will communicate, even if you do your internship in a French race team, for example. You also have the fees. It's 16,000 euro for the year, for the full year, and the postmaster degree take place only in Laval. Okay, so Emily give you the information at the beginning that we have 3 campuses in near to Paris, Saint-Quentin-en-Yvelines, Bordeaux, and Laval. But for the postmaster degree, it's only in Laval. It's only located in Laval, so in Western France. And you can also see Le Mans because we have some days in Le Mans with the partnership with FFSA Academy on Le Mans racetrack. But the classes, defenses, and all the things are located in Laval, okay, so west of France. To apply, if you want to send us an application, you have a dedicated website that you can see on the screen here. So it's www.admissions.estaca.fr. Sorry, and after this application, you will have a feedback email. There are 3 possibilities in fact. So your profile matches perfectly what we want to have for an application, so you will have an interview. If it's not the case, you could have no response. When I mean it's not correct in English, sorry. So we are able to refuse your application. For example, if it's full, because we have only 20 students maximum per year. So we can give you another response. And sometimes you can be in the waiting line, in fact. So if we are still analyzing the different profiles we have in the application, okay. We ask you to candidate to apply before 15th of May for non-European students, and for European students you are able to apply till September the 8th. And if you have any question, if you need any information, you can send an email to postmaster@estaca.fr, sorry, and you will have Nora, who is not there at the moment, and or me or some other people that will be able to answer to your questions regarding this postmaster degree on motorsports. So, Emily, I think I'm quite good on the timing because it's 1:28. So do we have some questions?
Yes, we do. So we have several questions about admissions. Some of them you answered them just before. So there was a question about the number of students. So you told us it was 20 students as a maximum.
Yes, and I can explain why if you
yes.
want, because it's I think it's an important question. It's 20 students maximum per year because motorsport sector is a specific sector, and we don't want to have 50 students, for example, if we are not able to give you an internship and to give you the opportunity to really work on the motorsport industry. So this is why we limit to 20 students per year. And also for industrial project, because we plan to have 5 industrial projects, for example, per year. So it means 5 group of 4 people. So it's 4 students, sorry. So it's a good way to work on this industrial project. And the most important thing is to give you the opportunity to have a job in the motorsport industry. So 20 students is maximum. And I want to precise one thing, sorry, Emily. There is no classification, I mean, on an application. The first application we have is the first we join. Okay, so in fact, if you apply too late in May or June, but we already have 20 students, even if your application is the best one, if we say yes to 20 students, you will be on the next year. Okay, so don't be too late if you want to apply.
There is also a question about the agenda and when the classes begins and the starting dates of the program.
But the starting date, I go back to this agenda. It's the last week of September, in fact. So this last week of September is just the school start. So we have some administrative part. We present you the building here, and we talk about the processes for internship, for industrial project, and etc. But the classes are really starting normally the first week of October.
Another question about admission. Someone is asking which are the criteria for selection. So we heard about the TOEIC. There is also a question about the English level. Is the score asked very specific and strict, or if, for example, you do have 840, is it okay, or do you need to prove your TOEIC level with actually current score?
No, you will prove it during the interview, because during the interview it will be full in English. So during the interview, when you will apply, we will ask you some questions and we'll discuss with the students fully in English. So we are able to identify quickly if the English level is enough or not. If you have 840, it will not be a problem for sure. But if you have 750, we will ask you to give us another proof of TOEIC and to repass the test, for example. But the aim is to be able to talk in English, to talk about a specific technical aspect in English during the training. So this is why we have this demand at the beginning. The other one, it's also important to during the interview, if you apply, to have a project. If you are just there and you are applying just by saying, okay, I love Formula One and I watch it on the TV, it's not enough for us to build your process in motorsport industry. So if you apply and you want to discuss with me and other people during the interview, you need to prepare your project. I mean, what do you like in motorsport? What is the aim of your demand? Why you want to work in motorsport? Be passionate by Formula One or rally. It's not enough to build a project, and this is why we have this interview. In fact, the interview is not just to talk about your cover letter or resume or something like that. It's just to understand why you want to work in motorsport industry.
There are several questions about internship, and perhaps it would be interesting to have Tanya commenting on her internship. And well, the first question is it difficult to find an internship? And
yes.
Also, I'm sorry, I lost the question. Yes, and is it the responsibility of the students to find his own internship? And so perhaps, Tanya, you could tell us more about your experience on that.
Tanya,
Well,
if you,
yeah.
excuse me, if you're okay, I want to start and then I give you the
No
mic
problem.
for the rest. It's a really important question regarding the internship. The first question was it difficult to find an internship? It could be yes, to be fully honest, because motorsport industry is really hard and really strict regarding the students, and it could be hard. It's not impossible at all, because in fact it's possible. All the years we have more than 90% of the students they have a job at the end of the training course, so it's not impossible at all, but it's a big part for sure. So this is why I tell you just before that you have to work on that point, especially directly at the beginning of the training course. As a pedagogical manager and as ESTAVA teacher in this pack, we give you some tips. We have a specific internship process, and people are working on that point, but we will not give you an internship. We give you some tips, we give you contacts, we open the door, but we will not give you the internship at this moment. Okay, so Tanya, your turn.
Well, regarding the research of the internships, well, you are mainly doing it by yourself. But as Marc said, you have some people that are there to help you, like to write your cover letter, your resume, and so on, and also to have some contacts if you do not find them, because sometimes it can be difficult to find which company is looking for a student to take in an internship. However, well, if you do start looking for the internship early, it could be sometimes easy to find one. It depends on really the category in which you want to be also, because sometimes some teams are looking for interns only in December when the season is done, while some are already looking for interns in October and even before that. So really, when you know that you will be coming in this postmaster degree, start looking for an internship really early on, even before the start of the program, in order to put all the chances on your side.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tanya.
There are questions about the industrial project. So are there a dedicated period and times during school when you can work on them, or is it fully at home? And the second question is, can we choose our project, or is it assigned to the students randomly?
It's a big question. The first question is there dedicated hours? For sure, but you also have personal work on that point, okay? You have to have that on mind. For sure, you have a lot of dedicated hours. When you can see here 300 hours dedicated to industrial projects. So you have dedicated hours, you have a dedicated room if you need it to work on your project. You also have a monthly progress point with me or with some other people to understand what are you doing inside this project and what's your progress in this project linked to the industry and to the company. And the second question is about the project itself. The allocation of the project is decided by me at the beginning of the year. So I took your resume and your cover letter and I analyze your competencies at the beginning, because we are at the beginning of the agenda. So if you go back in the agenda here, so we are end of September, beginning of October, and I have to decide and to allocate some project to students. So in fact, I present you the project. You will send me some choices, some wishes on these projects, and then regarding your wishes and your resume and your competencies, I will create the group. When I will create the group, then you will have 1 week to decide all together behind between the different students to maybe do some changes if you want to be more on a specific industrial project or another one. But in fact, to be honest, every year when I allocate the group and the project to students, it's an easy process. In fact, there are really few changes, and it's okay generally.
Perhaps, Tanya, do you have a feedback also on this point regarding the projects?
Well, yeah, at the beginning of October, we have a presentation regarding the different projects in order to decide which one we do prefer. And then we have to give, I think that we have a few days, I don't remember honestly, but to say, okay, which is the project I prefer, and give a classification for the different projects. And afterward, Marc will go over them and decide who gets which project, but he tries also to take into account the classification that you've chosen. Like if you have put something in like your fifth choice, it will always try to give you something that was in one of your three first choices. So yeah, it is normally really well done, and even if at the beginning sometimes you do not get the project that you want, at the end you see that the project is really interesting, and that in the end everyone was really happy with the project they had.
Yes, thank you, Tanya. It's important to understand that point because, for example, at the beginning of the year, for sure, when I present the industrial project and you see RT Grand Prix, all the students want to work with RT Grand Prix. But the aim is not to work for a company, but to develop competencies during the project. And for example, if I took the students who worked with Maserati on the energy management, at the end of the project, they have huge competencies on MATLAB and on programmation and so different softwares, and also in energy management understanding, and they developed a lot of skills on that point, that they were really happy to work on that project at the end, even if at the beginning it was a bit confused for them why we are on this project and we don't understand what the industrial want. At the end they say, okay, it was just amazing, and we work on that point, and we had a lot of skills at the end of the industrial project.
Okay, thank you. A few last questions. One question about the age of the students. What's the average of the students? Do you know?
That's a really nice question.
24, 25, something like that.
Okay, and are there any scholarships?
Can I add something? I just want to add something, Emily, sorry. Because for the next year, so for next session in September, we have one woman aged 21, I think. She came from Austria, and they are involved in the next group. So there is no limit, in fact, of age for the program, and there is no numerous or something like that for men, women, or ages. No matter, it depends on your competencies and your motivation to apply to this motorsport industry.
Okay, thank you. There is a question about the fees. Are there any scholarships to help students to pay the fees?
I think it's possible. Sorry, it's not my specific task on the motorsport postmaster degree. I know that it is possible, but sorry for that. You will have to send an email to this address, postmaster@estaca.fr, to have a more specific answer on that point. I think I know it's possible, but I don't have the details. Sorry.
There is a question about the employment after the postmaster degree. Is the motorsport industry facing the same subjects than the whole engineering industry? Are they recruiting? How is the salary of this industry?
I don't have the salary, but I have a specific statistic on that point. For example, last year, 87 percent of the students had a job at the moment of they sign a contract at the moment of their internship defense. So in fact, last year we had. I think it was 23. Sorry, so only 3 students did not have a job at the end of the cursus, and I can explain you why the 3 cases, because it was really specific. One really want to work on aerodynamic parts, and it's really hard to find an aerodynamic job as an engineer in motorsport, but he's still involved in the process, because in fact, even if he did not have an internship last year, he is able to have another one, to have one this year, and to validate his diploma at the end. So it's not done for him. It's the same thing for another one, and he's still today searching an internship in a really specific motorsport category in Italy, because he wants to work in Italy for sure. And I'm still in contact with this student, so it's not done also for this one. And the third one, he had a job. In fact, he signed a contract without his diploma, so it's okay for him also. So as I told you before, it's a big part to find an internship, to find a job on this one, but it's not impossible at all. And this year we have 21 students, 18 of them already had an internship, and they are still in the company, like Tanya, for example, you have there. And I'm working really hardly and strongly with the 3 last one to find them an internship, and to give them the opportunity to work in this industry. And to be fully honest with you, I just had an email at the moment from Ferrari in Formula One, so I will give them maybe some opportunity on that point.
Okay, and perhaps the last question, perhaps for Tanya, there is a question about life in Laval. Is it easy to find a flat? And where the school is located, and is it easy to have a good quality of life in Laval and in the campus?
It was really easy to find a flat. Like if you look early enough, you also have the flats that are near the school. Like you have to walk like 5 minutes to go to the school. However, those are sometimes quite full, so it can be difficult to find there. But like in the center of town, you find easily some flats, and everyone found without any issue. And to go to school, it is really easy because you have a lot of buses, and so yeah, it is really easy to live there.
Okay, thank you very much. There are no more questions left. I don't know if Mark or Tanya, you would like to add something. Otherwise, we can stop the webinar now.
For me, it's just important to say that don't be shy and apply if you want to this postmaster degree. We will give you a feedback, even by email or during an interview. But if you are passionate by the motorsport industry, it's the best thing you can do after a master degrey. Sorry. And the word passion is really important if you want to work in this industry, because all the students and all the professors and the industrials that are working on this project are really passionate, and they want to talk about that, and it's a way of life, in fact, if you want to work in motorsport industry. So don't be shy, send us an email, and if you want to apply, I will be really happy to analyze your application.
Tanya, do you want to add something, or it's okay?
No, I think that it's okay.
Okay, so thank you very much to you all for attending this webinar. Please keep in mind the email address Mark gave you. And of course, you can also find a number of information on our website. And so we will be very pleased to welcome you at ESTAVA next year if you want to join us. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.